Okay. Later on, we will ask you to turn on your camera so that we can have group photo as well. We have 3 speakers, actually 4 speakers lined up for today. And I would like to start. Hello, Mr. Ricky. Yes. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet
Hello,
you.
good afternoon. Yes,
Yes, good
Aria,
afternoon.
Aria. Okay,
Yes,
good afternoon.
Aria. Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone as well. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's exciting forum titled Data-Driven ESG 4.0 Accelerating Sustainability Through Intelligence and Innovation. Very exciting title. Okay, our webinar focuses on the crucial role of ESG and AI in shaping sustainable business practices. And let me introduce myself again. My name is Areeyarath Boonsoontonropat. You can call me in short Aria. I am delighted to be your moderator today. We have exciting lineup of topics that we will explore how companies can enhance their sustainability strategy, leverage data and AI for ESG performance, and learn from innovative industry case study. Without further ado, let me dive into our first topic. Okay? And I hope everyone hear me clearly. For each topic at the end, we will have a Q&A session, so you can type in your question in the chat. I will help the speaker to read out and ask the speaker to answer for you. Okay. Let's go to the first speaker. Please join me to welcome Dr. Gwee Ling. I hope she's. Let me see, Dr. Gwee.
Hello, good afternoon,
Hello,
everyone.
how are you?
Yes.
Yes,
So,
hello. สวัสดี
first
ค่ะ
thing, you can hear me well?
Yes, yes. We are not seeing you. Wait, let me see. We see you. You are
I can see myself, by the way.
okay. All right. Okay, here you go. We see you now. Thank you. Okay. Well, Dr. Chi, let me welcome Dr. Chi again, and she has extensive expertise in sustainability, ESG, corporate training, and academic leadership. With a PhD in environmental economics and numerous certification in ESG compliance, coaching, and sustainability practices, she has made significant contribution to youth development, education, and corporate consultancy. Her impactful leadership and dedication to fostering sustainable practices have earned her prestigious award and recognition globally. So today's topic, we will cover the practical strategy for company to enhance their sustainability and ESG practices. Okay. Awareness around environmental, social, and governance factors continue to grow. Organizations are seeking actionable approaches to embed ESG into their operation. We will explore the best practices such as integrating sustainability into corporate culture, establishing robust governance framework, engaging stakeholders, and setting measurable targets. Company that has successfully implementing this strategy not only improve their ESG score, but also build trust with their customer, investor, and community. So please join us again to welcome Dr. G for her to share her insight and expertise to inspire and empower us in achieving sustainable growth and excellence. Turn to you, Dr. G.
Okay, thank you, Aria. So, first of all, thank you so much for having me for this online session. We have only 20 minutes, so we will keep it short and sweet. And also, I try my best to provide all of you here who are sitting with me as much as possible, the relevant contents that will be helpful in your business operation. So allow me to share my slides. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, so can see the slides right now?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Aria, for your kind response. Let me play the slides. Okay, so I hope these topics finds useful for all of you for this afternoon webinar. I will go through a bit fast because of the times that we have. Okay, so before I go further in detail, how sustainability and ESG play the role in our business operation. So I give you an overall picture, how the things come in place. Until today, everyone in the world is talking about this. And still, many of people outside there is looking for that and trying to understand. And I make it simple and to be relevant and easy to be understood by everyone having this webinar today. Okay, so first of all, let us understand the Earth system. So Earth system consists of every one of us up to 8 billions of the population. And we run the activities every day for our survival, for our living. And the Earth giving us what we need by humans, everything. So there is a human system whereby run the activities as usual, and whatever the activities that we have daily are actually the input from the Earth system. So we get whatever the resources from the Earth through all kind of activities, including, okay, agriculture, economies, transportation, shelter, manufacturing, energy, and whatsoever. All right. And at the same time, we create a lot of output to our Earth, which is this. All right. The emission, carbon, garbage, wastewater, deforestation, and so on and so forth. So by having this structure, you see what happened to our Earth right now. So we are now living in the 1.7 Earth. It means we have actually, up to today, have over extracted the resources from our Earth, have overused the resources that can be produced.
Dr. G, your mic turned off. Dr. Sri?
Is closed. Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. So was muted. Okay. So I shall just continue. All right. So now my voice is okay with you on the other side?
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So through all kind of human activities, it comes to today's, we have overused, over-extracted the resources from our Earth with at least more than 70%, which the Earth could be recovered by itself. Okay, just realize on this scenario, which is true, which is a fact. Have you heard about Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is those garbage due to the human behavior to our ocean? So sadly to say, 13 million metric tons of plastic are thrown into the ocean every year. 13 million metric tons. And that is the scenario whereby it's called to be Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So can we imagine how big the size of this garbage patch, which is 1.6 million square meter, is equivalent to 3 times of the size of France, which is equivalent to 5 times of Malaysia size. Okay, 5 Malaysian peninsula, including the East Coast, the East Malaysia. So this is how serious the situation that caused by human behavior. This happened lately, last year in Semporna, just during the activities of cleanup, identified 22 tons of waste. Okay, and Malaysian disposes more than 39,000 tons of municipal solid waste every day, 1.2 kilo per person every day. And that is a situation whereby due to our humans' behavior, For Malaysian case, we have actually lost up to 300 million ringgit Malaysia just because of the recycled items was not being recycled and end up to the landfill. So it actually costs a lot of money lost in terms of economics perspective. And there is a statistics, okay, cover the food waste, the highest, and then the plastic waste. Okay, and this is also the situation that happened in the world. Millions tons of the food wasted every day, all right? And climate change. The situations right now, the global warming, the increase of the temperature, average temperature over the years. And that is the statistics shows that the carbon's concentration of carbon CO2 right now keep on increasing year by year. Okay, and this is the carbon emission up to today that we can see. So it's never been gone down. 2020 gone down because of the COVID. A lot of activities have been stopped. Okay, so let's see, due to all these very critical situations right now, hundreds of NGO, thousands of NGO, non-profit organizations and advocates promote sustainability. So that is how people pair the concerns, including the governments, including the NGO and many bodies. So due to government enforcement, we can see also the UN play the very important role and also play very hard to actually promote the sustainability. And there are various of the standard being come out, ISO, UN CG, and then GRI, and so on and so forth. So there are many, right? And the Malaysian government come into enforcement. Many countries' government come into enforcement. So now is the question, okay, how about those companies who are in operation? Are we paying attention? Are we doing something to actually to ensure we are sustainable in this earth? Okay, so let's see what have been done by UN, introduced the Sustainable Development Goal in 2015. And that is the efforts by IPCC, International Governmental Panel of Climate Change. So would like to go for net zero, to achieve net zero emission by 2050. Okay, and this is the UNGC, whereby would like to align the SDG towards the ESG. So that is how the ESG come across, of course, by the World Initiative at the moment, and cutting down the gas emission, and also on the social and the environmental impact could be created. So that is on the very big picture. However, those things could not be successful without us as a business operation to take initiative as well to implement all this, to improve all the situations. So that's how the alignments of the SDG towards environment, social, and the governance. Okay, so this is about the UNGC, the UN Global Compact. These are the principles that have been put enforcement to be complied by the organization as by the companies. First thing, we are looking at the human rights, all right, the labor, environment, and anti-corruption. So very simple. Whenever we talk about ESG to many businesses, they think it's something complicated. They think of something that they have to invest a lot of money, whereby it's not really the case. We put it at a simple, as long as our business do not harm, first thing, do not harm the environment, do not harm the social, which is the people, and make the world a better world for everyone. At the same time, we grow our business. So there's a GRI standard by organization, whereby to promote the standard of economic, social, and environmental by all the business, all the industry. And this is the elements that covered under GRI categories, which is economic perspective, environmental, and also the social. Okay, ISO is also the standard that we are able to look for in order for the ESG compliance. ISO 26000, looking at the social impact. So whenever we are designing something about our business operation, we can refer to ISO 26000 for the social impact, right? So look at accountability, transparency, ethical behavior, stakeholder interest, rule of law, international norms of behavior, respect for human rights. Okay? And also ISO 14000 for the environmental management system. So these are the reference that we can actually refer whenever we put all these into our business operation. Okay, so these are the major concern at the moment in terms of the sustainability. We look at the sustainable development, climate change, ethics, social responsibilities, and the supply chains. And let's go for a few model of sustainability, which is more a little bit more detailed. So let's understand the triple bottom line model. Not only looking for profits, okay, of course, for all the business, we need to do profits. But at the same time, whenever we are having profits, we should also look into the impact towards environment and also the people. So by integration of these three elements, so that is considered as one of the model of sustainability. And quadruple bottom line, another layer of the right purpose. So for example, we do the business, okay, at the same time, we would like to create a very harmonious culture in our environment, in our community. So that is one example that is considered sustainable and long-term. And cradle to cradle, all right? So that is the concept at the moment everyone in the world is looking for. Okay, we call it as a cradle to cradle or circular economy, whereby turn the waste into something else instead of going to the landfill. So we can go through the technical cycle or biological cycle and to ensure the earth is sustainable. So again, I repeat, to turn waste into something else that can contribute to the growth of the economy instead of become a waste to the landfill and damage the earth. So circular economy and the blue economy as well, something that we can look into it in terms of the marine protection area, inclusive job creation, and also ecotourism. And let's look at the sustainability framework. By the very basic, by the compliance, we produce a quality products or services within the time, within the cost, within all the resources that we actually possess in our business operation. All right, so that is a very basic. And of course, at the same time, we create benefits. Okay, we create benefits to our employees, we create benefits to our customer, to our community, and at the same time, we values the risk. We also values the outcome that we are going to produce. All right, and to the higher level, let's look at how it actually integrates the sustainability elements, whereby to include the concern on the environment, on the social, come up with the right purpose, and at the same time, we actually economically, we are on the very well position. So overall, the whole process that we can see whenever we look at the sustainability is actually a process of value creation. All right, so let me repeat. Whenever we talk about sustainability, is actually a process of value creation. How do we create values towards the social, towards the environment, okay? And at the same time, we are actually doing good in our business. So that is the sustainability framework that we shall refer to. Okay, so let's go to another set of sustainability model. Basically, whenever we run business, we focus on 3P, all right? Product, process, and profit. Basically, generally, most of the people have this focus, product, process, people. But moving towards to sustainability, there are more elements that we should look for, which cover the people, planet, and prosperity. All right, let me repeat. Planet, people, and prosperity. So whereby we call this as the 5P model. Other than product process, we are looking at more wider spectrum of the business. So that is a 5P model that we shall looking for, which I would like to enhance. These are the 5P model that every business should look for. Other than product process, we're looking at the people, planet, and prosperity. So the economic perspective is under the prosperity. Prosperity not only creating wealth to your own business, but also prosperity you create for your internal employees as well as the community. So in order for you to be in the sustainable situation, it is also the elements for you to look at for your sustainable performance. All right, I hope so far so good. Let's look at this chart, looking at the example cradle to cradle. So many people has this idea, whenever government enforce ESG, first thing on their mind, they have to spend money, okay? Whereby should not be the case at the moment. Of course, if you have the resources to invest, which is fine, but it's not necessarily the case. At the first, we understand the impact of the social and also environment, how we can do or what we should do to actually to create the sustainability benefits within your business operation. So let's look at how is this difference. At the very basic, we practice a 3P model, product, process, and profit. Okay, profit is the benefits. By having 5P model, we are able to achieve higher level of benefits. So I give you a very good example. It's a real case that happened in Malaysia. One of the factories has 200 workers. So the company having this energy save policy, so they take this as a 1-year project. So after the end of the 1-year project, the company managed to save energy up to 400,000 ringgit. 400,000 ringgit for the particular year. So what happened to this 400,000 is not for the employer to put into their own pocket, but the employer share this 400,000 to 200 employees. So everyone get additional of 2,000 bonus. In fact, by having these sustainability practices, it helps the company to save money. And over here is the company promote shared prosperity. So whatever the money saved, go back to the employees. So of course, they will create a much more positive impact towards the employees' performance. They will try to save more later on. This year 400, next year 450,000. This kind of case. So in fact, that should be the correct idea, whereby from the sustainability practices, it helps us to save costs, it helps us to create much more wealth and benefit to the stakeholders. All right. Okay. There are many other cases as well. Just due to the time constraint, we do not elaborate so much. So look at this 5P model. There are 37 elements that we shall look into it. So products, process, people, planet, and prosperity. Okay, so whenever we design our business operation, whenever we want to look at the social impact, for example, people impact, so these are the elements that we can look into it one by one and understand and what are the action plan that we can do. All right. So of course, whenever we look at the planet impacts in terms of the carbon emission, in terms of the recycling, in terms of the energy, these are the elements that we can refer to. Okay, so how? Now we have the, I believe we have a good picture, good idea on what are the elements that we can look for whenever we want to pursue ESG. So this element, So for all the businesses, just it's a good start. Look at whatever the relevant elements and see what we have done, okay? How our performance towards all these social, people, planet, prosperity impact, what we have done well, what or any KPI that we have achieved. So at the first, we do a scorecard, right? We do a scorecard whereby I have done it, the results at the moment. So let's say for the people elements, in terms of, let's say in terms of training education. So this is the one element that we can look for. At this moment, what is my score? Okay, let's say we put on the score of 5 Likert skill. I have done, for example, only 2. Okay, it means I do not do well in this part. So what are the things that you can plan? Okay, you can plan further to increase, to improve the performance. So that is the first step. We do the health check. Okay, we do the health check, and then later on, how we can move on and put into further action plan. Okay, so after we have done the health check, we can look into our SWOT analysis. So we come up with the list, our strength, our weaknesses, and then for the external impact towards the opportunities and also the threat. So from here, we are able to design our action plan, where to improve, where to enhance in our day-to-day business operation. Okay, so we see at the moment, we also need to understand from the analysis, okay, what will be the threat and also the opportunities that actually may occur. So opportunity increase the values, threats decrease the value. So of course, we as a business owner, we would not want to allow those threats to actually impact us negatively on our business. So how are we going to integrate those elements into the ESG? Okay, because eventually all this ESG, at the end, you need to come up with a report. So that is the environment elements. We must have the parameters to measure. That is the social elements. And overall, the whole thing is considered as a governance. Governance means, at a nutshell, is a set of the policy, is a set of the standards for us to refer and put into the execution, and more importantly is the compliance. And this part is on the economic side, because under GRI, they're looking at the EES, but we are looking at the ESG. Governance itself is also the elements that we should look into it. So that is the elements under the environment, social, and governance. Okay, and that is the pillar for the 3 main key pillar: environment, social, and the governance pillar. So it reflects the elements from our 5P model. And okay, now let's see, where are we right now? Are you at the sustainability level? Are you at a level 0, level 1, or level 2? Okay, so without any knowledge, without any idea about the ESG, of course, we are most likely at the level 0 or level 1. So from here, where we should move towards to. So it can be, okay, up to level 3, level 4, level 5. So level 5 is the highest level, whereby it's already in the industry, lead the industry towards moving towards to the ESG, right? So it's a process from beginner to the advanced level. Okay, how to start? Of course, at this moment, is still many of us are in the learning process. So how to start? Get the right people to do on your sustainability plan for your organization. Get the right people to be trained up, have this strong sense of sustainability, have the good knowledge how to move on. Because without a team, things could not be done. So back from the earlier, my model, the framework that I shared, okay, that is how we can start. So first, identify the sub-elements that matter to your companies. So there are so many elements that we can look for. but maybe some are not so relevant. So we identify those relevant elements that within our business and okay, do the scorecard, right? So we evaluate how good or how not so good that we have done so far and come up with your SWOT, because the SWOT will be able to help us to come up with the more detailed analysis and do the gap analysis. Okay, gap is what we are having right now and what are the KPI that we want to achieve. So by reporting later on, we need to have some sort of the KPI to be reported. And in order to have those KPI in place, we need to have data. Okay, we need to have a data to support and your action plan, right? Look at the gap analysis, look at your KPI, come up with a series of the action plan and implement execution. And finally is your reporting. Okay, so it's a process, could be a month of the effort or year of effort. At the end, you will see the results. So just bear in mind, do not think of greenwashing, because something which is not ethical to be done, all right, is under the concerns of the governance, right? So governance, we talk about ethical leadership. We talk about sustainability leadership. So leadership played a very important role over here. How are we going to move on from this point of time? So, right, okay. ESG, a lot of people think about the question marks, need to spend money, right? So I just want to make some correction. It's not about the money at the moment, okay? Most important is how are we going to change our practices, okay, our business practices, how we put in place all these standards as our compliance. And then if financially okay, then only you can do some further investments. So let me give you an example. ESG doesn't mean raise cost. So look at what happened to British Petroleum some years ago, how much it cost them for not addressing ESG in the Gulf of Mexico. So due to their neglection, due to their unawareness, due to their non-governing practices, therefore it actually lost millions of dollars. Okay, so the money involved in terms of these clean up, involves a compensation, branding, and so on. So in millions, billions of dollars. So therefore, it's something that we can look for. Doesn't mean you have to raise the money, raise the cost, but actually help you to save the cost with a very strong sense of the ESG in mind. So organization that address sustainability on average earns 30% more in profit than those we don't. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up the session. How to prepare ourselves, okay? How to prepare ourselves. Okay, first thing, we must have the knowledge. What is ESG about? Okay, and what is the differences between sustainability and ESG? And the skill, right? Skill on putting ESG in our business practices, skill on having the reporting, skill of collecting the data. So later on, Dr. Imran will tell us how to collect using technology, using AI, and so on and so forth. And the most important is on our attitudes. Are we having the right attitudes towards the ESG roadmap? Are we willing to learn? Are we willing to change our business practices into more green, okay, concern toward to the social and so on. So that is how we can start by preparing ourselves with these three key things. Attitudes, first come first, attitude, and then equip our knowledge and build up the skills. Okay, so that's all from me to wrap up the session. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't go over the time.
Thank
Okay.
you, Dr. Sri. You are right on time. We have
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We would like to invite the question from the participant if you have. Please write in the chat, or you want to turn on your mic to ask. While we are waiting, and thank you, Dr. Tree, for the great insight and very eye-opener ESG landscape and guideline framework, especially the sustainability framework with the 5P model. It's
Yes.
really excellent, very clear.
Yeah, okay, maybe I add on just a little bit. Actually, ESG, okay, first we are educators, right? So we are more on to educating the business, how the concept, understand the concept first. Okay, because a lot of people are talking about carbon emission, talking about panel whatsoever, which is not wrong, but before having all these, we get the concept right, and then we can move on and get our attitude first. We accept the things is something that is relevant to every business. It's not only for industry or manufacturer, because we get this misconceptual concept all the time. Or it's only for industry, only for which is wrong. Okay, yes, it apply to every business, regardless you're big or small, regardless your service or manufacturing, any business. Yes. So hopefully you can get the idea better right now.
Yes, thank you. Very, very insightful, very eye-opening for me, definitely. And well, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for your time. I would like to turn to the next second speaker. Thank you, Dr. G. And some of the participants asked for your presentation. We will send it over to our team. Will send it over to them. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. All right. Let's move on to our next speaker. And my apologize that Dr. Imran is supposed to be the second speaker, but he is on the way. He has the kind request that he will present on the last for the last session instead. But let me invite Mr. Ricky to be our next speaker. Mr. Ricky, are you here now? Yes,
Yes,
I can
yes,
see you. Thank you very much. Yes,
I'm
please welcome
sharing
Miss.
my. Go
Yes,
ahead.
you're sharing it. Yes, go ahead. Thank you. Let us welcome Mr. Ricky for the next session. Mr. Ricky has over 20 years of experience in SAP and a decade of impactful work with Deloitte, IBM. He specializes in manufacturing sector, helping companies leverage digital technologies to drive improvement and implement innovative solutions. He also a Malaysia HRDF certified trainer, SAP ERP certified consultant, and project manager with extensive expertise in ERP, MES, IIoT system, OE data analytics, and system integration. So building on, our next focus is on AI predictive analytics as a vital tool to enhance ESG performance. Okay, let me welcome Mr. Ricky again. He will showcase us in some compelling AI application in ESG management. Over to you, Mr. Ricky.
Yep. Thank you, Aria. Thank you for the introduction. Okay. Very interesting presentations by Dr. Gwee. So I learned a lot from the presentation. Okay. Now I like to move on to AI and predictive analytics, which we think is a very powerful tool for helping us to do ESG performance. So we like to move from a traditional compliance ESG to a data-driven strategy approach. Or another word of saying is moving from a reactive once-a-year reporting cost and burden, reactive approach into a proactive approach. We strongly believe, sometimes we call it ESG 4.0, with the integration of the latest technology today, like IoT, like big data analytics, even for simulation, digital twins, AI, can help us to do a lot of compliances in the context of ESG. With this technology, it can actually leverage to anticipate environmental risks, monitor the social impact, and strengthen the governance reporting. At the same time, it's not a burden. It can turn into a business advantage to unlock new values and at the same time, achieving your sustainable goals and also achieving cost saving and innovation and move into a new business model. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly take this slide out because before I go into more detail of how AI can drive us in the ESG performance. So I think as Dr. Quinn has said that, you can actually leverage or you are moving from a very ground zero, very reactive. You want to use the technology to become a more business advantage. So the first step is to do, as Dr. Quinn has said, that is to knowledge, skill learning first, understand, because human being, you need to really understand why before you want to start doing anything. So with that, moving from a ground zero to level 1 or stage 1, we need to move these things to integrate this ESG as a business objective, as a business strategy. And a company should actually take this ESG as a business objective or put it as a KPI. Start understand what are the ESG metrics to capture. Whether you start it from an automation way or start it on an Excel, but you have to understand this KPI as the ESG as the metrics KPI in your company. For example, I think in the environmental aspect of the ESG is a energy consumption and the carbon footprint, to capture all this data, to set this at the target. And we are not just here capture these things once a year. We need to actually capture this and track this, and we need to improve, for example, your carbon footprints. Every nation now have very strict target to move into the net zero. I think Malaysia is 2030 or something like that, and then continues improving your sustainable result. And then you wanted to move into a more data-centric. Everything will be data-driven, automation, real-time, and transparent. And with that, digitize your ESG operations and your capturing and your performance tracking. It makes it so easy. Everything is on digital. Your reporting is transparent, is digital. You can actually then move into a data analytic, which actually use data to do a lot of analytic like root cause analysis and continue improve your operation so that your energy consumption is effective, your carbon footprint is being reduced, and your waste, your mineral, your waste is being reduced, so forth. And using all these analytics to help us to do a lot of continuous improvement, that we move into a data centric. Of course, that already can help you to move into a full digital first ESG. Everything will be using AR driven, but you need to get data first. A lot of data are accumulated, and then AR will come in to help you to become a proactive and help you to improve and so on. So I like to move on to go into my real topic on this today. Just one second.
Mr. Ricky. Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Ricky, may I? I think your camera's turned off.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Let me.
okay. And I think some of participants have some kind of technical hearing. They cannot hear clearly. I think they said that sound is broken. We can check
Okay.
the signal, but we can also, okay, here you go. We can see you now. I think I would like to ask the team to check the signal as well, because sound is broken. And if the sound is still
Can you
broken,
hear me?
please let us know. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
You can hear, okay. So sorry that the sound, I can't do anything. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's the signal
that's fine.
from outside.
Take
Yes, thank
signal
you.
from
Please
outside.
continue.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
thank you.
continue. Okay, let's move
Yes.
on to. Okay, can see my next slide ready, right? So let's move
Definitely.
on. Okay, so I'd like to share with you how ESG compliance and how AI can help. So I'm coming from the, actually I'm more a business and IT guy. So I coming in from the technology and business processes improvement to look into how we do ESG 4.0. So in environmental aspect or pillar of ESG, we actually talking about, a few things quite straightforward. Look at the carbon emission, or sometimes we call it the greenhouse gas emission, which a lot of poison gas or carbon usually we generally refer to. Another thing is energy consumption, because energy we use today actually will create a lot of carbon, and unless we're using clean energy to produce our electricity. Another word is water. We need to actually manage the water, the waste, and so forth. So to comply is actually we're talking about energy consumption, the greenhouse emission, and of course the waste. So what AI can actually help you is to keep track. AI can actually keep track the trend of the energy consumption. And then, as I say, we are not here using another technology or software. Instead of using Excel, we want to use a software to keep track of the energy use. I don't think this is the whole uh, ultimate objective. We wanted to look at the trend and look at the consumption of energy. Is it been effectively used in the production per machine, per unit, produce that kind of output? Is there any waste, producing the output? So we need to incorporate this thing while capturing the actual electricity consumed. Therefore, we can actually have the AI to optimize the consumption of the electricity and so forth. Also, the same thing, AI can help us to actually forecast the carbon emission, actually based on a lot of factors. Actually, traditionally, we actually based on the energy consumed to actually forecast the carbon, but you can also straight away to actually forecast the carbon emission. But the key take is that we need to have a lot of data to do this consumption trend capturing, optimize the process, and forecast the carbon emission. Same things, we can actually look at the processes, use AI with data to actually optimize so that your process, especially in a chemical processing plant, so your waste will be reduced and simulate how to improve the processes, within your company. Against the equipment is very important. If your equipment is not really in a good health condition, you will actually use more energy, use more materials. Your rejection is more. Therefore, it's a waste. So quickly, let's go into the social aspect of the ESG. So in social, we're talking about uh, five here. I just pick up these five very, very critical. Social is actually, environmental is how we treat the planet. In social, how we treat the people and the communities. So in the companies, we want to make sure our employees are in a good health condition, are working in the safe environment. Okay. And also, are we in the diversity group? Diversity group means that different groups in gender diversity, age, ethnicity, race, all kind of diversity, are all these different groups of people in our company being treated equally, and they feel respected, empowered to contribute, being valued. So that is how we treat the employee, so that they are engaged with the company. So you all understand engaged employee in a company can actually care more about their work, care more about company success, and they are more productive and more motivated and contribute to a better performance. So it is very important to get your employee engaged. So this is a social aspect of the ESG. Against the labor practice, are we fair? Are we follow complying to your company, to the nation, to the country labor law? And so, or are we contribute to the community? Are we contribute to, we build up the school or what, health and everything to the community? All these things are also being quantifiable to be measured. So how AI can help? So AI can actually help to drive AI-driven computer vision today, as a hardware, but is with AI can actually help to monitor real time the worker.
Hello, Mr. Ricky.
Yes.
I think your slides turn off. Your slide. We don't see your slides. I think it has
Okay.
been turned off or something. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry for
It's
interruption.
okay. It's okay. It's
Sorry
okay.
for interruption. Thank you.
Problem. So we share again.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Normally it don't happen, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Things happen. You never know.
Now
And
can
we
see.
also have time until 2:30 also.
Okay, so sorry. I will
you.
rush up. Okay.
Yes,
Is it
thank
can
you.
see the thing now, right?
Yes, we can now. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And you can put it. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. We can see it now.
Okay, so where were I? Okay, here, right? Okay, so
Yes.
we use AI to actually do a lot of this thing like AI-driven computer vision. AI can actually detect the bias. Human beings are actually emotional. Sometimes we can bias. So and also predictive modeling can actually send out the sentiment. Be biased or whatever. So and so forth. And the governance side, what we need to actually comply is the fraud. How we can use AI to detect the fraud. A company have thousands, millions of transactions in the bank or in the financial sector, but AI can come in and detect the abnormalities, something that they find the transaction is very abnormal. So you can actually detect very fast and huge of data and so on. So and data governance, so cybersecurity, risk management. So with data driven, then with predictive analytics and AI can help us to do a lot of work faster, and with massive of data. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper on the energy consumption. Okay, energy consumption or how AI or ML, machine learning, can help us to actually track, monitor, but the most important, as I say, is to continue optimize the energy. We want to move it into the net zero carbon emission. So, but energy consumption is a very, very first step. Many manufacturing companies will start do that. But before we can use ML to do the modeling, to do the training, the algorithms, I think we need to collect a lot of data. We need to collect data so that we can actually do the modeling in the ML to do the modeling. But not only the data of the raw energy actually consume data, but we also need to capture a lot of patterns and other parameter of the factory or the machine with the energy actually consumed per machine or per product, plus these engineering models or whatever other factors. For example, the time of the day when I use this electricity, the machine status, is the machine on and off, because it affects to calculate the optimization. If the machine is on, it uses the energy, use electricity, but it's not producing because it's idling. Idling is bad, it's not encouraging. And do we use this energy, this electricity, produce the volume that we want? So we need to capture the volume. We need to know the condition, the HVAC, the air condition condition, and the maintenance of the machine. So we not only need to capture the actual using the smart meter and sensor instead of using the normal way of just knowing your department's electricity consumption. We want to use smart meter so we can actually capture the actual electricity down to the product and so forth. And then combine with the time of the electricity being used, the machine status, the actual production volume, then only you move it to the AI or ML to do a modeling. As modeling, we know that we can use a lot of modeling, time series, we can predict the future usage. It depends what kind of modeling or what kind of forecast you want to do. Regression model, we can predict based on the production input and other variables. Clustering, we want to detect the anomaly and use the clustering model, anomaly detection. Then we come to that. So what I want to say is that data is very important, but also other factors. As I mentioned, the machine condition is one of them. Then with these things, then we come to the last but not the least, we can actually optimize. We want to continue this. That's why I say ESG compliances is not just reporting. It's just reporting once a year. I report how much energy I consume. Therefore, I know. By the way, energy consumed can multiply by a factor to come up a carbon emission. That is a forecast theoretically. So to do that kind of reporting, no. At the same time, ESG compliance is not just a reporting. It's actually helping users to improve the operation and cost saving. So with that, we will know machine A using more 50% electricity than machine B, as they are exactly the same thing, and so forth. Okay, so let's move on quickly on the social aspect of the ESG. So in the social aspect, just how I mentioned, we got worker safety, you got DEI, diversity, equity and inclusion, employee engagement, community impact, fair compensation. All these, I think you don't have to use solid technology to start. You can start small and smart, and then you build up from there. So everybody think that ESG, 4.0, you have to do it big and don't know. Actually, you can start with that. For example, the benefit you can get, AI can predict high risk, so that accident will be less. A company use AI to scan internal performance reviews such as job offers, so they are not emotional. And then with employee engagement, they are more happy, the employee, they're more engaged. We can use AI to analyze with the exit interview and find out why, there is dissatisfaction living and all these things. Use AI data and so forth. Okay, last but not the least, again, how AI can help in the governance. Same thing just now, we talk about a few things in governance, what we have to actually capture, the fraud detection. Fraud detection, there are thousands of auditing transactions, is not possible, practical for a human being to look at every transaction, see what is the abnormal transaction. So AI can just pick up for you millions of transactions. And with AI and with this predictive analytics or descriptive analytics, we can actually help you to automate the reporting. Reporting become very easy automation. It can pick up from other sources outside your factories to compare with your industry so that you can do a compliance, regular reporting. And so cybersecurity is very, very important today. Data governance, so like AI today, so we want to make sure that our data are not biased when we generate the AI and so forth. So with that, I actually talked too fast because of the time. Sorry about that. So, okay, Aria, so I pass it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ricky. Before
Okay.
before your presentation, I have no idea how can we imply or apply AI to ESG because we usually do it once a year. But now I understand how we can use AI to the benefit of ESG report and to the benefit of the organization overall. It's all in line now. Understand, and thank you very much for a very great presentation. I would like to invite some of the questions. Let me have a few questions. Um, one is using AI system often requires sensor, IT system, and data infrastructure. Does this mean implementing ESG initiatives using AI has a high starting cost? And how can SME manage this challenge?
Okay, so I need to know that we are talking about the environmental, right? The just the particular environmental, right? Is that the question referred to environmental?
Um,
Let's assume, sorry, let's assume it's environmental, right? Environmental part, right? So as I say here, this slide here, you always start small and then you build up from there and start smart. So this is more for the environmental. Okay, environmental means first you have to have some understanding, knowledge. Uh, Sometimes you are SME, right? You don't need to build up the skill. You can actually seek the external advice. A consultant will come in to give you some awareness, understand what are ESG and what is E, and then from the E, what is the things need to reporting. Okay, in Malaysia, sorry, I only familiar with Malaysia. In Malaysia, I think it's SME. There are two driver to go into this thing. If you are Pusa, you are listed company, or you're part of the supply chain. Let's say you are Nestle, you supply to Nestle, and Nestle wants all the supplier to comply. So you have to do ESG. Maybe you start from environmental, also start from social, and also start from the governance side. Another thing is that you want to export to overseas. It's a passport for you to do ESG. So with that, so how you start off with? You start off with that. You understand awareness, then you start looking at what are the simple basic thing. I think like energy consumption, carbon footprint. So you start with the capturing the energy consumption. So you may not have investment to invest on a smart meter. Actually, smart meter to capture the energy consumption is very, very inexpensive. But the smart things to capture the carbon, that is very expensive. So normally you can actually start with the smart meter, to capture the energy. Because now your traditional one at your this thing can only give you the electric consumption at the department, not at the machine, not at the product level. So you need to actually capture your electricity per machine. Therefore, you will know your electricity consumed. Start with that. Then compare with your theoretical one with ERP. So because of time constraint, I hope I answer your question. I pass
yes,
back to
thank
you,
you.
Aria.
Yes, I think I would like to ask one more question, and the last question for this session, and for other question, may I send it over to you, and then we will reply after the webinar. Okay.
Sure.
I think one of the questions that is very interesting that two-person have asked for that is what type of AI platform would you suggest for ESG or AI tools would you suggest for ESG, please?
Okay, so this is a very general question. So I do not have anything in mind, and I do want to do it commercially first. So the general question, AI tools and all these things, it depends what you want to do. Okay, E or S or G. So there are actually some platform available. Same thing as the SAP and Oracle platform. It is a cloud platform. They allow their customer who doing ESG to use the platform to do all these things, and that has the AI, sorry, because I come from SAP and Oracle platform, they do have this cloud platform to help their customer or help anybody to want to do ESG. And inside there, they have the platform to help them, the AI to help them to do what I just explained. So, but I'm sure for SME, there will be just an IIoT platform today. The many IIoT platform to do OEE and this thing is a common platform. It's a cloud and you pay on subscription. I'm sure there is. Maybe I will go do some research and then I do it a more non-commercial way of introduction. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you. That's okay. I think it's very clear. I think we have some guidance from you. I think the participant will need that for them to be able to start something on ESG. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ricky, for your great presentation. And I would like to move on to the next speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. Ricky. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
listening.
you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Our next speaker will be Dr. Thantip. Okay. Because Dr. Imran will present on the next one, on the last queue. Okay. Please join me to welcome Dr. Thantip. Dr. Thantip has 15 years of experience as a specialist in corporate sustainability and greenhouse gas management. Her innovative approaches have significantly advanced sustainable practices and reduced carbon footprints across various sectors. Currently, she serves as the executive advisor at Amata Facility Servicer and also a founder and managing director of both Eco-Centric Corporation and Get Solution Thailand. So in this session, we will explore real-world examples through compelling case studies of ESG innovation cross-industry in Thailand. And also we will look at the case study that illustrating successful ESG initiative. The story highlights the innovative approach, challenges faced, and lesson learned. Okay, let's welcome again Dr. Thantip to share her experience and successful ESG initiative in Thailand. Over to you, Dr. Thantip. May I ask you also turn on your camera? Thank you.
Good afternoon, all the participants in the Analytica, Datalytica seminar. Okay, I would like to share my presentation. All participants shall we see on this presentation, all right?
Yes, we can see your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue. Thank you for the Datalytica is invite me to show about the case study ESG innovation across industry. But I think that this topic is empowering the future through sustainable transformation. Because before we go to this step, I would like to introduce a little bit about my company. My company is a consulting firm. Is serve on the corporate sustainability with the many corporate public limited in the Thailand. So, but our product is related on the environmental issue, and we focus on the how to build the sustainability in the all the corporate in the stock market of the Thailand. So, but we will go to the what is the ESG. The ESG in the corporate is like the performance database. Why we call the performance database? Because when we need to run the ESG, they need to know, they need to have the action. And in the Thailand, we run the CSR activity. But the CSR activity is mean the corporate responsibility to the like in the three dimension that we know is the environmental dimension, social dimension, and government. All the government is maybe related with the corporate governance and economic issue. So, but the performance is mean they need to the reporting what they do in in a year. It means they need an annual report to support all this performance data. And this slide, I would like to show the ESG is not only the like a performance database, but they have the standard to control. And when people, when the corporate or the SME would like to start on the build the sustainability inside your corporate, I would like to introduce the GRI standard because the GRI standard is like the flexible standard that support to the all sector and all side of the corporate. That's why this standard is in Thailand. We use them as like a basically to make a foundation inside the company. So after we setting the company, you start with the first is the GRI. After the GRI standard, and because when you work with the ESG, you need to have the setting the indicator. But the indicator they need like a framework to control them because when we build a business, you need to setting the KPI linked to the global megatrend. But the global megatrend is follow this framework. After the framework and you have the standard to control inside the organization system, it means you start with the sustainability. After that, why the people know what is your benchmark, they need a ranker and they have like a rating standard. Why we talk on this structure? Because in the Thailand we have like a stock market, and in the Thailand stock market they need to promote like a ESG to the corporate public limited, and they setting on the first step on the standard, and they set the framework, and they have like a rating. And Thailand we have like a foundation. I show why the evolution of the sustainable development in the Thailand. We start for the 2007. We like a foundation because in the stock market they promote the concept of the sustainable growth to the public limited company. A lot of the public limited company ask how to start. They encourage adopt the GRI standard to the reporting. But when we start with the GRI is not the reporting only, but they have like a disclosure requirement to like support what the materiality that you need to the report. After when you start with the GRI, you can like you can know what is your materiality issue inside your company. A lot of the public limited companies start with this GRI in Thailand. After that, in the stock market, they need to get the framework and have the assessment too. They launch the new they launch the rating requirement. We call the Thailand Sustainability Investment Index. It means when the public limited have like a ESG report, they need to know what the level, what is the benchmark. They go to like start to the build start to report, get the score for the TSSI. And the TSSI is linked with the UN Global Compact and GRI standard. After that, in the phase 2, we just start to concern on the carbon, on the greenhouse gas, because in this time, Thailand need to promote the net zero strategy to the all public limited company. And that's why a lot of the public limited company in the Thailand being the integrated ESG into the core business strategy. In the phase number 3, Thailand is need to the upgrade and promote the Thailand Sustainability Investment Index. They collaborate with the Fusilacel. Fusilacel is a stock market from the London, and they start to the link all of the ESG performance from the public limited company to like get the sustainability linked bond for the get the money from the green financial and get the ESG investment fund for the foreigner. And start to the change the name for the TSSI, go to the set ESG rating, and next year we will start the new rating with the FTSE Russell. For the next 2 years after this, we will change the reporting for the ESG reporting because in this time Thailand is report the ESG rating in the one report. One report is look like the annual report that the public limited company to show the financial and non-financial performance data. And in the next 2 years after this, Thailand will move to the IFRS. IFRS is like integrated between the GRI standard and integrated all the TCFD report about the carbon and greenhouse gas into to know what is the environmental issue and social impact that the produce for the company is operation. This is a whole thing that will happen in the 10 years, more than 10 years in Thailand to show that the public limited in Thailand have like the ESG, not only the social side, but they do the ESG into the strategy to build the goal to build the business goal. So for after this, what is the future trend? The future trend is okay, go to the IFRS for the sustainable disclosure standard and develop the ESG data hub platform. But already we just start to the Thailand ESG data hub platform support to the public limited company. But they need to get the upgrade to the international link to the rating. That's why they get the FTSE Russell to evaluate the public limited company performance. Moreover, in the ESG in Thailand, we need to support the database to the carbon credit market because we are in the Thailand government is setting the strategy on the BCG economy model. What is the BCG economy model? B is like a biological industry or the economy. C is like a circular economy, and C is the green economy. So, but in this model that to set the stock market in the Thailand that being this model to setting the database support to the public limited related with the government strategy. Moreover, in Thailand we start to the green taxonomy with the ESG investing in the Thailand. So, but this is the future trend is the next 2 years in the Thailand. So, because we just talking about the case study, I just like a conclusion on the material topic. Material topic for the environmental dimension. I review from the Thailand set 100. Set 100 is the top the 100 public limited company on the Thai stock market. Okay, the first thing in the Thailand, we just concern on the climate change and greenhouse gas emission because of a lot of the public limited in the public limited company in Thailand. They export the product to the European. So, but the European is start CBAM carbon border mechanism adjustment, and they need to know what is the carbon in the product that sent to them. So, but the Thailand is concerned on the carbon footprint reporting. They're setting like the one guideline to the public limited to disclosure on the what is the number of the carbon footprint on the organization, and moreover, they need to know what the carbon footprint on in the moreover, all of the public limited in Thailand, we just start the setting the goal to the net zero target, follow the science-based target strategy, and start to the carbon capture technology, follow the TCFD reporting. And because of when we start with the climate change on the GHG, they need to manage the resource inside the company. They need to use the energy management and renewable energy to solve on this problem about the GHG. Because when you run the renewable energy, you will reduce the scope 2 of the GHG emission. Moreover, in the Thailand, we start the circular economy issue. So by they setting into the strategy. That's why the Thailand need to get the service. They like Thailand is Thailand government is build up the circular economy management system standard support to the industrial side of the Thailand. Okay, this is a material topic that all of the public limited in Thailand is a disclosure in the report. And in the social materiality topic, a lot of them is concerned on the occupational health and safety because the safety is an issue related with the health and related with the life of the employee. So by they need to set in the zero accident and they need to the tagging system. And because of GRI standard that we is a foundation that public limited company in Thailand use to their accountability, they concern on the human rights that the people that a lot of the Thailand we just have setting the human rights diligence and policy. And we concern on the employee and engagement and they need to get the product and service that support to the customer because the customer is the key stakeholder that support to the performance data in the economic side or in the a lot of company. This is an issue for the social material topic. And then finally, in the government and economic material, I think that all of them is concerned on the anti-corruption policy because the anti-corruption policy is the main topic on the governance because the investor is concerned if all company they get the anti-corruption rating from the Thailand CAC standard, they will get to the trust and transparency system. And all of them is like have a enterprise risk management related with the ESG and relate with emerging risk. We concern the global market trend. We concern on the what is the impact that will the affect to the business goal. So, but this is an issue that we will discuss or open and have the data to support to the ESG report in the Thailand. So I will show a little bit on some of the public limited company in the Thailand. So but this is a big company is about the energy and petrochemical. They not only do on the petrochemical, but they do diversify the business to the another business because they setting the go on the future energy. Future energy in the mean of the PTT is mean to diversify to the retail to the a medical device to that will follow on the global market. That they start to AI and robotic venture to adopt the technology to reduce the cost and energy sector. All of the Thailand public limited company they concern on how to improve the process problem. And this is how to get the new revenue for the big company. This is the first case study. And the next study is a big four company in Thailand again. So it's a SCG. It's one of the SCG company. It's the SCG packaging. They build a lot of the packaging and they have the logistics. The one thing that I really interesting on this company because they apply circular economy into the business strategy and they can run a lot of the business model related with the how to bring the recyclable material input to the raw material support to the a lot of the packaging material. But they can reduce the cost and they can get the new revenue because they have a circular economy solution support to and the consumer. So, but this is very interesting that they being a circular economy is an environmental side into the business side. So The next is like a CPO. CPO is one branch of the CP group. CP is a very biggest the public limited company in Thailand. You will go to that, you can see a lot of the convenience store in this band. And they like setting the supply chain because when we talk with the retail, when you talk retail business, you need to reduce the cost of the logistics. That's why they concern on the supply chain. And in the 7-Eleven convenience store, they have a lot of the supplier that support the product inside the convenience store. The logistics is the main idea to support on the ESG ESG performance. When we talk with the ESG, I need the people to concern that ESG is like a performance, operating performance that all of the company they do already. It's not the new, but they don't know what they do is ESG. And not only don't you don't know, but maybe you will can find them inside your operation. Because when you can build the business goal, it means you have the sustainability already. So, but this is a 7-Eleven is a case study for the sustainable supply chain issue. So, but the next is like a energy and biofuel because the Banja is like the mobile station in the Thailand. The mainly of the business is like build the fuels for support to the mobile, but they need to support to the SAS because linked to the CBAM again. When we list on the CBAM carbon border adjustment under on the European Green Deal, you will know that the inside the European Green Deal they need to get the green logistics on the aviation. The budget is moved to build a sustainable aviation from the bio-base. It's very needs a research, and this is the case that support on the innovation technology that they need to support on the ESG. Not only on the AI, but they need the R&D to support on to get the new product and get the new income to make the company to business growth. And they continue to the BCG link to the government strategy again. And the next is the Indorama Venture. Indorama Venture is like a petroleum chemical company. The mainly of the product is rPET. R is a recycle. And why they go to the PET recycle? Because it starts from the customer. The main customer on the PET product is like Nestle, like Unilever, and P&G. The three big companies in the world. We just enact the policy on the reduce 50% of the virgin petrochemical in their packaging. When start on this, it means the all of the public limited company that build the packaging move to get the new recyclable material process. The Indorama is an invest on the PT circular recycling system and all of the waste from the community on the municipal solid waste they can put into this company and get the PET support to the that product that build the packaging support to the big band and global company that enact like 50% virgin petrochemical inside the packaging. So that's why we a lot when we listening to me to talking ESG, they start on the stakeholder and they start on the how to get the new business growth, follow on the policy that customer that send to them. This is a case study on the RTES. And turn back to the Thai Union Group. Thai Union Group is like food and seafood. They produce the tuna can to be to the global food, which all of the country aboard in the Thailand. The Thai Union is like have the main problem because raw material they come from the ocean, and they need to tagging on the sort of tuna. It means when you bring the tuna into the process, they cannot get the natural tuna. because when you get the natural tuna, it means you destroy on the natural resource and they get the ban for the customer. And they write to the show that they have like a concern on the natural resource, and the Thai Union is mainly the material topic is related with the how to the security lawmaking on the natural resource that they need to use the tuna. And this is that's why they need the like innovation to support like a traceability platform. Traceability platform is will show the life cycle of the product of the company. So moreover, because there is a food company, when we talk with the food company, food manufacturing, they have the high concentration of the wastewater. They will need the wastewater treatment and wastewater recycle because they use a lot of the water to cleaning the raw material before they put into the production. This is like a Thai Union process. And next is telecommunication. When we talk with the telecommunication, how to the how to the how to use the ESG innovation, because there is a telecommunication, they can connect people. They are setting the innovation to build the academy with the Thai people for the students, and they build like a get networking to support the education. They have a lot of the platform that build the concept lifelong learning to the people for the urban and the rural area. So, but this is how to being the supply, how to being the value chain of the business chain to do the ESG activity on the project. So the next is like a Bangkok Bank. Bangkok Bank is a bank, a big bank, a big four bank in Thailand again in the financial model, because they have concern on the privacy disclosure PDPA the policy. So they get the new like initiative on the how to the Be My ID digital financial support to the SME. They try to SME to get the new investment from the bank easily or get the new credit to support the business growth. So, but when we talk all of the bank, they need to the product is the money. They how to get the interest from the money. They need to the SME to get the money and increase the and turn back the money. They need to buy Be My ID to support them. So in my conclusion, but I think the ESG is like a not just a responsibility, but it's like a business strategy and it's like an opportunity to support all the business to get the business growth. And when when a lot of my customers talk with me, they ask me what is the important thing on the ESG. I just told them always, when you start the ESG, it means you start to build the business growth first. After you get the build business growth, you will get the money to support to all of the another activities. But in all the way, not only the business growth, you must to comply with the legal compliance. Legal compliance is basically to the comply with the ESG, because when we talk the sustainability KPI, the first thing you must correctly on the legal. It means they need a legal compliance. After that, you can get it above by to get to being the another standard to control on your company. Maybe get like ISO standard. Maybe you get on the another rating to checking what is your performance. That the ESG maybe not like an activity only, but there is a strategy. And when you need to build them to when you build when you build the ESG, it means you will get the way to survive on the economy. This is a very the important thing that you need to do on the ESG. And finally, the ESG may be important because I think the ESG is all of your future. is the engine for the sustainable growth all of the both sides on the economic and the side of the social and environmental. We need the business growth first, and all of the environmental and social will go together. This is I think finally that we need the people on the participant to concern. They need the sustainability to get the sustainable for the all of us. Okay, thank you. มันยังอยู่ในเวลาเนี่ย I
Okay,
you on
thank
time.
you so much ค่ะ Thank you so much for your great presentation. Very clear picture on Thailand ESG landscape, standard framework that we are using, as well as the compelling case study in Thailand. Very clear. I have two questions from the participant. I think we still have a few minutes before we go to the next speaker, Dr. Imran. Okay. How many company in Thailand already obtained zero waste to landfill recognition?
So but when we talk on the zero waste to landfill, in the Thailand they have the government sector to promote on this program. The government sector is a department of the industrial work. They have like a program to support to the industry to get the zero waste to landfill award. And it's 10 years ago. A lot of the company more than the 100 is get the zero waste to landfill. This is the first step. And for this program 10 years ago that I have a joy with this before. So but from this step, the Thailand Standard Institute is a organization, a government organization being this concept to build the circular economy standard. And Thailand, they have the zero waste to landfill standard and relate with on the two standard of the global standard again. So but a lot of the Thailand, we try to not we try, we need to get the zero waste to landfill standard because when to reduce the waste or not go to the landfill, you will receive the GHG reduction in the category in the scope number 3. So that's why a lot of industrial, I think more than the 100 company is get the zero waste to landfill.
Okay, thank you. One last question นะคะ
Okay.
Is there environmental trade-off or risk of adopting high-tech ESG innovation in pursuit of circular economy goals?
Uh, you mean a lot of the high technology innovation to support on the circular economy goal, right? So but
Right.
when we talk with the circular economy strategy on goal, they need the innovation because the circular economy is like a business strategy and they will link to your supply chain. And in your supply chain, you will know what is the gap inside your process. And they need the material to support. For example, if I would like to change the multi-layer packaging to the mono-layer packaging, it means you need to know the material side. You need to know how to bring the material side to recycle after when you utilize them. Because the mono material easily to the recycle and easily to get to know get new the build the recyclable material to turn back to the primary material. So but when talk with the circular economy, they need the technology, they need the innovation. The innovation is not the R&D only, but the innovation is a process and innovation is a system. So but they need all the innovation link with technology to change the value chain and get the new product. This is circular economy is a closed loop of them to get the waste for the consumption and to get the waste for the manufacturing turn back to the primary material. They're not only the waste management, but there is like a concept of the sharing economy and they need to build the product as a service. But if you interesting on to innovation and technology for support circular economy, I would like to advice on the lead on the IKEA because the IKEA is global company that being the circular put into the business strategy. It's a very good idea to get to change your company again. Another
Thank
question?
you, Dr. Thantip. Thank you for your presentation. Great one. For the time being, I would like to move on to the next speaker, Dr. Imran. Okay. Dr. Imran, are you here?
Yes, Kun, I'm
Please
here.
welcome. Yes, thank you. Please welcome me to. Please welcome Dr. Imran. Muhammad Imran Sarwar to our presentation for the next presentation. He's an Industry 4.0 evangelist with more than 18 years of experience in digital transformation. He's specialized in smart manufacturing, smart city, supply chain, and construction 4.0 using IIoT, cloud big data, ML, AR, and blockchain. He's also one of the keynote speakers at international conference, research fellow and technical advisor for digital strategy in Malaysia construction hala industry. Dr. Iman also adjunct associate professor at DRB HiCom University and active in IEEE ACM community. He will delve into the technological foundation of ESG profile and provide insight on implementing these to act effectively. Over to you, Dr. Imran.
Thank you very much, Kun. Arya, you can hear me properly, Kun?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. It's really a privilege to listen to the subject matter experts over here, Dr. Tantip, Mr. Ricky, and also Dr. Gwee. They are basically a very good speaker and explain about the ESG. My focus is at the end is how we can able to have a data-driven ESG 4.0 for AI transformation. Data speak louder than words. And when you are having an initiative towards moving towards 4.0, whether it's an industry, manufacturing 4.0, healthcare 4.0, supply chain 4.0, how you can able to look into the ESG compliance and transformation. A little bit about my humble background is basically we are transforming the manufacturing, automotive, banking, oil and gas, and other sectors. And ESG is one of the important things that needs to be have a compliance, especially based on the US-based company. And just like Dr. Tantip mentioned that MAI public listed companies in Thailand needs to have a compliance on ESG. And ESG is very important, especially in terms of not only environmental aspect, but also social and governance ecosystem that can make your landscape more sustainable. Um, we are transforming in terms of maturity assessment, analytics, people transformation. I will skip that. This is the AI transformation framework of Datalytica that I and my team have developed. This is a very comprehensive framework because we are using that framework to transform the industry. Uh, if we go from the top level, there is a portfolio. So our first step is always to establish a COE, which is Center of Excellence. In the Center of Excellence, we are looking into strategic vision, data management, talent development, operational excellence, agile, and technology innovation. And as you can see, towards the WEF Lighthouse certification, the customer-centric approach is the Industry 5.0. Agile is looking into collaboration, and data-driven ecosystem is a part of harmonization between human and AI, leading to sustainable ESG 4.0 compliance. So this is the top level. And when you go into sectors, sector have different horizontal in the form of departments, and then you have a verticals, which are technology verticals. So data-driven ESG 4.0 require IoT, cloud, analytics, and data management and AI to look not only into reporting, which Ricky Seo mentioned, that ESG is not about reporting, but also an ecosystem and culture where everyone needs to take part of it towards a sustainable ecosystem. And ESG is also in align with UN SDG goal. So it's basically complementary to each other. And you can achieve that AI transformation hand in hand by moving towards AI design thinking for any initiatives, then moving to a lean process, agile culture, DevSec, Ops, Six Sigma, and then ESG compliance. My expertise is on the ESG 4.0 compliance for manufacturing and automotive. I love it because I have about 21 years of experience transforming them in different part of the region. And ESG is we are looking into not only in terms of energy management. One of our clients, where we basically assisted and facilitated them how they can able to use rainwater in their production line. So it's basically beyond the energy and other ecosystem. And then this framework is comprehensive because you are looking into vision, OKR, roadmap, and also people transformation, process technology, data, and AI, and then moving towards the strategy and counsel in this regard. So when we talk about the impact areas in advanced manufacturing, especially is enabling profitability and sustainability, the other speakers are basically mentioned about supply chain sourcing, circular economy. Dr. Tanti mentioned about circular economy, net zero emission, operations and maintenance, and empowering workforce. These are some of the use cases that which has been discussed a couple of times by uh, previous speakers. But I wanted to let you know that in among all those use cases, there are four important technology that is required for data-driven ESG. Is number one, IoT to produce the data across end-to-end value chain. Number two is on the cloud side to manage, save, manage, and transformation and governance. Number three on analytics side, and number four is on artificial intelligence side. So when we are looking into ESG in manufacturing, right, we have a metrics, and then we have some KPIs. Those KPIs are basically the baseline KPIs that we can able to use it for greenhouse gas emission. Definitely, there's a carbon footprint, process emission, transportation, fleet management. One of the project that we are currently doing and doing some analysis work is on the route optimization and better allocation of the route for the buses for factories. So not only we can able to reduce the carbon emission, but also optimization in terms of routes and also energy and wastage as well. Um, like lean process is not only on the wastage of the materials, but ESG is also in looking into how we can able to increase the productivity of the people. So wastage of time is as well. And then for the water, like I mentioned, how we can able to reduce the water reservoir to be used or reused in a factory environment. Material waste, by utilizing 3D printing technology, for example, you can able to drastically reduce the wastage. And then people health, which is ESH, and also the training. So I will discuss more in detail from the data-driven aspect. So let's look into the one of the use cases, basically in terms of the net zero. So this is for one from the Lighthouse Factory. Lighthouse factories are from World Economic Forum, a certification for the industry which are having a successful implementation of different IR 4.0 technologies and have a RODI, which is return of investment, proven track record, and have an auditing. In the world right now, there are 180 plus lighthouse factory. In Malaysia, there are two, which is WD, Western Digital, and number two is recently Agilent Technologies in Penang, for example. So net zero energy and emission, the use case that we do is a real-time energy management. And how we do it, we basically look into the aspect of implementing IoT sensors to understand the energy usage in the factory areas. So we take couple of days to weeks to understand the usage. We are not controlling, rather than we are basically understanding the usage. Number two, second phase is we control the environment to understand where we can reduce the carbon and energy blueprint. And after we control that, we harvest the data and compare basically the usage. And after that, we try to use the renewable energy or solar panels. So one of the mistake that many of the factories are doing, they are basically without understanding and analysis of the IoT implementation for energy management. They are just replacing the direct source into solar panels, which will be a wastage of time. We have to reduce first before we implement the solar panel manufacturing ecosystem. So the business challenges that we have come across right now is that data auditability is not there because there is no real-time data. Many of the factories and SMEs, especially in Malaysia and also in Thailand, they are using legacy machines. And another challenge is how they can able to reduce the greenhouse emission and also meet the sustainability goal, because they don't have the investment. Even if they have, they don't have the understanding of where to start, when to start, and how to start, and monitor and how to monitor and improve the energy consumption and resilience. Most of the energy consumption in the factory are in two areas. Number one, machines. Number two is a chiller to control the environment. And and apart from that, what is the risk integration and others? So we are looking into first implementing a secure network, and sometimes we do the simulation in the form of a digital twin ecosystem before even implementing the IoT sensors, which are costly because IoT infrastructure require planning, installation, procurement, and also testing, which is a long phase in this regard. But once we get the data, we send the data to the cloud, we do the advanced analytics, and also we do the monitoring, and then understanding what happened in the past, why it happens, and what can happen in the future in the form of descriptive, diagnostic, predictive analytics. Descriptive analytics is on the historical data. Same goes for the empowered workforce, how we can able to use the workforce shortages. Uh, Production is very dynamic, and many of the factory does not have the production planning forecasting. So they are always on the firefighting mode. So how we can able to look into the demand supply, which is dynamic enough in compliance to Industry 4.0, and how we can able to look into the workforce shortages. Especially in Malaysia, we are facing the issue because many of the workforce, which are operators, are basically from other countries. Okay, this is number one. Number two, when we are doing the transformation, I have come across a factory where they are having a three production line. One is fully manual, humans are working. Number two is semi-manual, which is machines and humans are working. And number three is fully automated. So if you want to have a fully automated ecosystem, you also need some manpower to manage them in the form of resilience and also collaboration with the cobot and other ecosystem, basically in this regard. So data-driven ecosystem is basically proven in different use cases in the different sector that we have done regarding how we can able to monetize the data using hindsight, which is descriptive analytics, insight, which is diagnostic analytics, foresight, which is predictive analytics, and right sight, which is the prescriptive analytics. So when we have implemented those use cases across different sectors on different, there is a minimum RODI, return of digital investment, and that range is 15 to 25 or even 30%. That's a good range, because when you are saving or optimizing the process with a cost saving of minimum 10 to 15%, just imagine how many use case each department have, how many department in a factory. So when you have a collective ROI end to end, that's a big number. And then when you are optimizing your process, which is reducing the manpower, optimizing the productivity, and also utilizing the energy in a more optimized and sustainable, you are basically hitting many targets from the AI use cases. Okay. So what is data-driven ESG 4.0 and how it will able to move on towards sustainable ecosystem? But to look into that, we need to review, for example, descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics. So the notion here is this, that how to have a data collected from different sources. So data is in the form of islands, and it's very difficult to aggregate the data. There are data coming from machines, from process, from ERP, from the servers, from the cloud, from the Excel file. So the first level before even descriptive analytics is to consolidate all of the data in one place. And we have a platform like Datalytica Corelytics where we are ingesting the data from different sources, and then we are transforming the data in our cloud on behalf of the client. And then we are creating an analytics dashboard by mapping the KPIs in the data and then presenting those KPIs in the form of visualization to do the data interpretation. So they can be that same data, but can be interpreted different ways by using different visualization graph. Most importantly, famously used, widely used BI tool is Power BI or Spotfire. So how we can able to have a data transformation and governance before data monetization. So monetization can be in the form of data analytics, descriptive way, where you can able to improve your decision making, increase the operational efficiency, and spot areas for improvement. That is the ROI. And then moving on, there may be many hidden trends after descriptive analytics dashboard. Then you are going for taking one of the trend and go deeper why it happens. So what happens is the descriptive analytics, and why happen is the diagnostic analytics to identify using root causes and uncovering hidden patterns and strategic decision, leading to the predictive analytics, which is on the prediction using artificial intelligence. So in the descriptive analytics, definitely, if you're doing a quality inspection and defect overview, those monetization will able to help you understand not only identification, but also rectification of those dashboard, those ecosystem. For example, if there are inspection rate, there are some inspection stated type of defects, and how you can able to reduce them. When you identify and rectify and then move, that is part of your ROI in this regard for the descriptive analytics. And then diagnostic analytics, for example, when you're going deeper inside using RCA, five whys method, or Ishikawa fishbone and Pareto chart, you will be able to look into the root cause, identification, data-driven root cause. So this data-driven visualization will able to help, for example, the root cause of different type of problem. And when you are identify using descriptive analytics over here, and then you select one and go for the diagnostic analytics using, this is a decomposition tree. So you will able to go to the root cause to evaluate those root cause and also to rectify those root cause by different methods. That will lead to the predictive and prescriptive analytics using Python and artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning libraries that you can able to use it. So that principle of that data journey, starting from data ingestion from different sources, then data transformation, and then analytics journey in compliance of the ESG, will able to make it data-driven ESG. So you have not only reporting, but real-time reporting. Real-time reporting in the form of a dashboard. And if you add a blockchain inside, then you can able to have also traceability and integrity of the data. So for ESG reporting, definitely there are three levels of the dashboard. For example, there can be a top level dashboard, which is more on uh, executive and strategic level. There can be a middle level dashboard for your ESG tactical and KPIs. And then there can be an operational level dashboard that is looking into the operation aspect on the compliance of the ESG for end to end. Okay. So this journey is, like I mentioned, I will skip that slide. This journey is more on understanding the problem first, because for ESG compliance and also data-driven ESG compliance, you must need to understand the goal, pain point, and success criteria defined by different framework of the ESG users and stakeholders. And then you are collecting the data from IoT, Excel, ERP, API sensors, and the database. And then initially you will start with the batch data, but later on it will be in the more on real-time data. And then you will be going for the data transformation in terms of cleaning, and then visualization for descriptive analytics for the historical data to uncover the trend and performance, diagnostic and predictive analytics for the optimization. So the data-driven process, in terms of technical, what we do the implementation architecture first. So the data can be in the form of structured, semi-structured, unstructured data. And then there can be a batch data, which is a chunk of data, or live data, which is stream data. So the batch data can be user data, management data. Semi-structured data is basically the data from the different files, Excel files, your reports, and then unstructured data are in the form of a document or images. And the real-time data is IoT sensors data, which is coming every second. There are also time series data. So those data is a part of a data ops where we are collecting the data, ingesting the data in the server and cloud, and also transforming and cleaning those data towards a refined place. So data lake is basically where the raw data is saving in the first station inside the cloud. And the data warehouse is where you have a semi-refined data towards the data mart. So data warehouse have for the ESG enabled ecosystem, and when you have a consolidated data for the whole organization, it will be residing in the data warehouse. Okay, but for the ESG data for specifically for one department as part of a data governance, it will be in the data mart, which will be integrated with your reporting tools like Power BI, Spotfire, Tableau, or Looker Studio. So this is for the data and descriptive and diagnostic analytics ecosystem. But for AI-enabled ecosystem, which is ML Ops, you will able to have a feature engineering in terms of selecting what are the right data to be presented in terms of the compliance, in terms of the reporting, and then also looking into the AI machine learning or deep learning ecosystem for model training, testing, deployment, and monitoring. So one notion which is very common I come across is people think that once you have developed an AI ecosystem or AI application, that's it. You don't need to work on it. You just can sit back, relax, enjoy the popcorn, and watch a movie. It's not like that. Rather than it's more on continuous improvement and continuous maintenance for your data ops and ML ops ecosystem because the model accuracy will be reducing when it is getting a new or different kind of a data. And your one of the mission is to have accuracy as much higher as possible. So that's why if you started to see the accuracy is dropping from 96 to 95, 94, 93, then you need to do the model improvement and or doing hyperparameter tuning and so on. Okay. Now, my last part of the presentation is on the case study, which is I wanted to discuss. So they are proven implementation success story of data monetization and that AI monetization in many different areas, in different sectors, in different departments. This means that data-driven process bringing lot of RODI, which is basically bringing more monetization for an organization. So if there's a proven track record of those data-driven ecosystem, then there must be a proven track record and compliance in ESG 4.0. And that is where we are looking into some of the case study. But before we look into the case study, we also have a framework to do the readiness assessment. So this is a three-step process before even we do the implementation of ESG 4.0. So that process is number one, to do the readiness or maturity assessment of people, process, technology, data, and strategy, and also on your cyber physical system, your data ecosystem, the end-to-end cybersecurity, and ESG compliance. So this is basically where you do the maturity assessment first step. Second step is on to do the gap analysis. So gap analysis will give you an understanding, a clear definition of where you are and where you should be. And then the third step is on the roadmap implementation. That roadmap implementation will bring you into different use cases, which is on the environment side, social side, and also on the governance side, okay? Which is AI-driven carbon footprint reduction, energy optimization, IoT-based smart waste management, blockchain for supply chain. So all those use cases are using IoT to get a real-time data, a big data analytics to data monetization before moving towards AI. And they have RODI in terms of 59% of the reduction in the energy consumption and 61% decrease in CO2 emission. This is for the AI-driven carbon footprint. And we don't install the IoT first. We always start with a small project using data and AI first. And when we get the ROI and we get a notion of the value, high impact, then we able to scale it by including cloud as well as IoT ecosystem. So we think big, start small with the MVP, and then we scale in an agile, incremental fashion. So in these are some of the use cases for environment. Blockchain is basically, like I mentioned, for traceability and also transparency. And then also a digital twin for net zero manufacturing, which is using digital twin, AI, and BMW is using it to reduce the CO2. For the social aspect, This is the AI-powered diversity and inclusion monitoring that uses big data and AI for, and who is using, Unilever is using for hiring process for the gender neutral candidate, and also smart variable for employee safety, which using augmented reality. Augmented reality is merging the real world with the augmented world as a part of uh, augmented ecosystem, which is in alignment with Industry 5.0. And then for the governance, basically we have a ESG data analytics for investor and stakeholder transparency, again using data analytics and artificial intelligence, and also cybersecurity and data privacy for ESG. One of the biggest challenge for us right now uh, is how we can able to utilize artificial intelligence in cybersecurity for more protection, which is on the governance side. We are still exploring that, but I think it will be more challenging because AI can be used not only to detect but also to attack by collaboration with the cybersecurity. My final slide is on the real world use cases. Again, the case studies are basically on Ericsson that they have implemented IoT sensor for visualization for production sustainability. SOCAR is basically used for the digital twin for production sustainability. And then AUO is using advanced analytics for production sustainability in terms of ecosystem. Western Digital, which is one of our client, is using data-driven digital connected logistic in compliance of the ESG as well. So that's the Unilever. Okay. With that, I would like to conclude my presentation, and I will be more than happy to take some questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Imran. May I invite some of the questions from the participant? I think there is one person that he would like to go to your slides. The second slide, Mr. Yogita, would like you to go back to your second slide. And I have, I think I have one question from the floor also.
Okay, let me share my second slide.
Yes, please. Thank you.
This is my first slide. This is my second slide. Is this a slide?
I think move forward.
Or okay, is this
This
the
one?
slide?
Is this the one with the? Is this the one? Next one. Okay, this one, right?
Is this the one?
Okay, this is the one, correct, Mr. Yukita? I think this one, Dr. Imran.
Okay, so this one is basically for the people
Oh,
transformation,
so,
process transformation, and technology transformation. The one before.
okay, sorry. Yeah, the
Okay,
one before.
no,
Okay, now we got
okay.
it.
So this is an end-to-end AI ecosystem, and as you can see, ESG 4.0 is a part under organization transformation. So we have maturity assessment as the first step towards the data and AI analytics and monetization, people transformation, which is in terms of skill development, training, and certification. Then we are going for the organization transformation, which is Lighthouse certification, transformation, enterprise architecture, agile, COE, and ESG towards R&D. R&D is part of our innovation-based ecosystem because AI is evolving fast. So we have to do the new methods to innovate and then moving towards application implementation end to end. Okay. Any other questions?
There is one question on what are the impact of AI to the ESG?
Okay, this is a very good question. Artificial intelligence can able to do some prediction for in the form of foresight. So you can able to know if there are some methods or some use case you are implementing, what will be the impact. So you can able to know the impact in advance before it will happen. So it's a forecasting. Number two is on the AI recommendation. So artificial, which is prescriptive analytics, AI with a lot of data can able to recommend how you can improve and streamline your ESG compliance and process in particular use cases in particular department of an organization. that recommendation can be done. Number 3 is if we are using large language models, right now we are exploring how we can able to have a knowledge repository in terms of understanding and teaching our workers or workforce about the compliance and also the principles and awareness of ESG 4.0. And lastly, we are experimenting on something called AI agents. So how AI agents can able to help humans to implement the ESG initiatives across the board before having a compliance. So AI is more on prescriptive side, forecasting side, and also conducting the compliance side.
Thank you so much for your answer. Is there any other question that we would like to ask Dr. Imran, or you can ask Mr. Ricky, Dr. Shrey, and Dr. Tantip as well. Okay, if not, let's move on to the group photo. Are you taking the group photo? Is I would like to invite everyone to turn on the camera, and I would like to take your photo. Okay. Okay, coming up.
Is Miss
Okay.
Ayn taking your photo?
Yes.
Yes, sure. So everyone needs to open the camera.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you need to go page by page, okay? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Page number 1, page number 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Page number 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Then page number 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Page number 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Page number 6, which is second last. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And finally, page number 7. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, and with that, we conclude our today forum on data-driven ESG 4.0, accelerating sustainability through intelligence and innovation. Actually, we also have the testimonial link or QR code that we would like to share to you. And we would appreciate your feedback so that we can improve, continuous improvement. Okay. Anything else, Miss I? Would you like to do anything else? If not, I will close. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon. We encourage you to stay connected, keep the conversation going on LinkedIn, and continue exploring how to turn the operational challenges into digital opportunity. Until next time, stay curious and keep innovating. Continuous improvement. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
And please
Thank you.
scan the QR code for our feedback.
Yes, this is the QR code for our feedback. Please, I invite everyone to give us the feedback so we can improve and continue improvement as well. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Dr. Tree. Thank you,
Okay, see you in
Mr.
Thailand.
Ricky. Yes, definitely. Let me know. Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
okay, bye.
Ricky. Thank you, Dr. Imran. Thank you, Dr. Tantip.